What is going on, everyone? My name is Ghiman Mckinney, or you can just call me Juice because that is my nickname. The Green Bay Packers have wasted away most of Aaron Rodgers' prime, and I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, but it pains me to say this. The Green Bay Packers do not deserve Aaron Rodgers. I hate to say it, but it's true. Aaron Rodgers this past year went 13-3 with a brand new head coach. How many times have we seen a team with a brand new head coach go 13-3 and get one game away from the Super Bowl? He was a model citizen all year. He says all the right things. He supports Matt LaFleur. Come to find out that Matt LaFleur doesn't want him. And my thing is, who is Matt LaFleur? Listen, I have supported Matt LaFleur from his time in Green Bay. I felt that he changed the culture. I think most of the players enjoyed playing for him this past year. He did a good job. He won games. He got this team to an NFC title game. But I'm sorry, Matt LaFleur only deserves a couple slices of the pie. This is not Bill Belichick. This is not Andy Reid. This guy is not special. Who is Matt LaFleur to come out and say, well, I'm kind of ticked off about Aaron Rodgers. Kind of tired of dealing with Aaron Rodgers. Those are what the reports are saying in Green Bay right now. Matt LaFleur is done with Aaron Rodgers. I got news for you, Matt LaFleur. You're not special. This is a guy that had no second half adjustments in games this past year. And again, he's a rookie head coach, but I'm sorry, if you watch the Packers at any point last year, you will know they came out with a great script in games. They came out firing, but in the second half, they had no adjustments. They were one of the worst teams in the second half of games last year. Matt LaFleur is not doing anything special. He had no adjustments and no answers for San Francisco. No answers, no adjustments. He saw him the first time, got curb stomped, and the second time, not much different, okay? This is the same guy, Matt LaFleur, that coordinated the Los Angeles Rams, and guess what? The minute he leaves, they become the best offensive football and go to a Super Bowl. He coordinated the Tennessee Titans. They had the 25th ranked offense. They go from the 12th ranked offense the year after he leaves. So Matt LaFleur is not this special head coach, okay? And let's be real. The Packers have wasted most of Aaron Rodgers' prime. It's just the honest truth. It's the reality. I hate to say it as a Packers fan. I try to big up my team. I try to support them a lot more. But again, I got to be on Aaron Rodgers' side here. The Packers have wasted pretty much his entire prime as some of the best quarterback play I've ever seen. Arguably the best quarterback play I've ever seen, because outside of Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers is probably the most talented quarterback of all time. And honestly, we're just splitting hairs between him, Patrick Mahomes, and Dan Marino, and maybe John Elway. The Packers are a team that historically throughout Aaron Rodgers' career have not spent money on free agency. They don't make trades. When's the last time we've seen the Packers make a blockbuster trade that shows, they're going all in. They're going to, we're going to give them a draft pick. Nope, the Packers are stingy, they're cheap, and they would much rather build through the draft, okay? Ted Thompson, in the past, he has said that I want to build through the draft. Screw free agency. That's literally what Ted Thompson a couple years ago said when he was the general manager of the Packers, okay? Ted Thompson literally said that we're going to try to outscore people. We're going to rely on Aaron Rodgers and our weapons on offense, and we're going to outscore people. How about giving Aaron Rodgers a defense, okay? Because I'm sorry, that game versus the 49ers, they didn't have a chance. The defense was awful. The defense has never been elite when Aaron Rodgers has played for the Packers outside of his Super Bowl winning season. When's the last time Aaron Rodgers had an elite running game? This past season. That was pretty much the only time. He's had to carry overweight, fat Eddie Lacy and Ty Montgomery at times at running back, and he was a wide receiver that was converted to a running back midway through the season. They got rid of Aaron Rodgers, quarterback coach, a couple years ago without his permission, without consulting him. They got rid of Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb without consulting Aaron Rodgers. The Packers never contacted and never gave Aaron Rodgers a say in the next new head coach. When Mike McCarthy got fired, they never brought Aaron Rodgers into the equation when considering who they were going to hire as their next head coach. What a slap in the face. You don't even contact Aaron Rodgers or give him some type of consent about the next head coach that he wants in Green Bay. You don't even contact him about asking who he potentially would think is a great candidate. Doesn't make any sense. And when have the Packers ever given Aaron Rodgers a great defense? They virtually never have, outside of his one Super Bowl year. This past year versus San Francisco, they can't stop a nosebleed. They give up almost 300 yards rushing to an undrafted free agent named Raheem Mostert. That game wasn't even close. That defense had no chance versus the 49ers run game. Let's look at some of the playoff games that Aaron Rodgers has lost because his defense has been absolute garbage, okay? His first ever playoff game versus the Arizona Cardinals. He scores 45 points. Guess what? He loses. You want to know why? Because the defense gave up 51 points. A couple years later, when he went 15-1 and carried the 32nd ranked defense to a 15-1 record in the playoffs, the defense let him down once again. Gave up 37 points at home to Eli Manning and the Giants. A couple years later after that, 1 year after that, 45 points to Colin Kaepernick and the 49ers. Colin Kaepernick set a quarterback rushing record in that game versus the Packers. They could not stop a nosebleed. When is the last time we have seen a quarterback rush for 200 yards in a playoff game on a defense? That's bad. A couple years ago, in the NFC title game versus Atlanta, the defense can't stop a nosebleed. Atlanta scores 44 points. Aaron Rodgers had no chance in that game. In fact, Aaron Rodgers, he's actually 9-1 in playoff games in which teams are held to 25-point scoring. Okay? If you hold a team to just 25-point scoring, guess what? Aaron Rodgers, 90% of the time, will win those games. He's 9-1 in those games. It's sad. I mean, at times, the defense just wasn't even serviceable. They've been bottom 5 in the league at times. They've been awful, and he's had no chance in these games. Wouldn't it be nice for Aaron Rodgers to score 13 points in a Super Bowl like Tom Brady and get the victory? I mean, come on now, guys. And again, from 2011 to 2017, early 2017, before he got hurt, Aaron Rodgers, in my opinion, was the best quarterback in football. He was doing so many great things, making crazy Hail Mary throws, off platform, off 1 foot, just so many wow throws. I mean, this guy won two MVPs in that time period. And I looked at him and I said, that's the best quarterback in football. And guess what? The Packers have nothing to show for it because they haven't given him a great defense. The run game has been non-existent. They don't participate in free agency. They don't make trades. And they held on to defensive coordinators and coaches that were giving the team issues for way too long. And the Super Bowl from this past year is an indication of what has been wrong with the Green Bay Packers throughout their entire time with Aaron Rodgers. I will tell you why. See, the Chiefs won the Super Bowl this year. We know that. But last year, they were in the AFC title game. They had a great quarterback in Patrick Mahomes, who's very similar to Aaron Rodgers. I'd argue that Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are the two most talented quarterbacks I've ever seen in my life. They play the position at a very similar rate. Okay? But guess what? You want to know why the Chiefs didn't win the Super Bowl last year despite Patrick Mahomes throwing 50 touchdown passes? It's because the defense was god awful. I don't know where the defense ranked, but I'm pretty sure they were a bottom 5 defense. Either way, if you watch the Kansas City Chiefs at any point, not this past year, but the year where Patrick Mahomes threw 50 touchdown passes, his first season, you will know that defense was doo-doo. It was god-awful. And they single-handedly lost that game versus Tom Brady and the New England Patriots in the AFC title game. Guess what? Immediately after the season ends, that defensive coordinator gets fired. And the Chiefs revamped their entire secondary that offseason. They actually give up a first-round pick to acquire Frank Clark to rush the passer. And they fixed their issues within 1 season. How many years did it take the Green Bay Packers to fire Dom Capers, to make changes in the front office, to relieve Ted Thompson of his duties because he wanted to build through the draft as opposed to going out and actually spending some money in free agency to fix the defense, to give Aaron Rodgers some more support on the offensive line and in the run game? It took them forever. Let me get back to the Chiefs, okay? They make all those changes, and guess what? They win a Super Bowl as a result of that. And a lot of people want to criticize Aaron Rodgers this past year for not showing up in the NFC title game versus the 49ers. I will admit Aaron Rodgers did not play his best game. But guess what? If you watch that Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the 49ers, Patrick Mahomes did not play very well either for about 3.5 quarters. But guess what? You want to know why he won the Super Bowl? He won the Super Bowl because Andy Reid is actually not scared on offense, aka Mike McCarthy, his sorry play calling, his conservative play calling. Same thing with Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur seemed scared to coach versus the 49ers when he saw them in the playoffs, okay? And then guess what? The defense actually gave Patrick Mahomes a chance. The defense is what kept the Chiefs in that game. And they were able to hang around and keep the game close up until the fourth quarter. And Patrick Mahomes finally woke up and he delivered the goods. The Packers have not even given Aaron Rodgers a chance to do that multiple times in playoff games. The games sometimes have been over after halftime because the defense has been so bad in Green Bay the last couple years. That's the truth. Okay? And see, what Bill Belichick allows Tom Brady to do when Tom Brady was in New England is he keeps the games close. He keeps the games within scoring distance, okay? He keeps them within reach. When's the last time we have seen the New England Patriots be out of sync and have a game not within their reach? Even the Atlanta Falcons game in which Tom Brady came back on the Atlanta Falcons defense, guess what? Bill Belichick shut that entire team down in the second half. You can't complete a comeback without a team playing great defense and stopping the opposing team. The Falcons couldn't do anything in the second half. Bill Belichick in 41 career playoff games with the New England Patriots. You know how many times a Bill Belichick-led defense has given up 30 points in a playoff game? 4 times. That's astonishing. You wonder why Tom Brady has more rings than some of these guys. I'm not saying that you have to have a Bill Belichick level defense, but the Packers have just flat out just failed Aaron Rodgers. The defenses have been bad. They held on to coaching staffs that weren't getting it done for way too long. They didn't fire their coordinators. They never really gave him a running game. And now they can't even give Aaron Rodgers a wide receiver in the best wide receiver draft when he needs one. I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers. It's a sad story. And I see the Kansas City Chiefs maximizing Patrick Mahomes. I see the Green Bay Packers wasting away Aaron Rodgers. The Packers have not built a complete team around Aaron Rodgers virtually throughout his entire career, except for maybe 1 or 2 seasons. It's been Aaron Rodgers or bust. They've been way too Aaron Rodgers dependent, and now they're pushing Aaron Rodgers out the door. And honestly, I feel bad for Aaron Rodgers because I see a guy that's a great all-time player, one of the 7 best quarterbacks I've ever seen. And he may only finish his career with 1 Super Bowl because his organization has not supported him enough. Be sure to comment where you agree with me and disagree with me. Love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.